Okay, so I'm getting stuck into this transmitter project. So the front panel is broadly going to look like this. This is the cutout for the radio set that'll sit in here. Then the AM transmitter will sit here. The FM one will sit here. The two VU meters will sit here. Be an on-off switch here. And I select a switch for whether it's FM or AM will be here, and that's about it. So yes, I'm sort of designing it as I go here, so that's that lot. In other areas of the design, I'm sort of cheating on the power supply, because there's 4 gadgets in here that need different power. What I decided to do is take the wall warts that drive 2 of them, so the wall wart that drives the radio set and the wall wart that drives the FM transmitter, and take them out of their plastic boxes, stick them in a nice mu metal box so that they'll be completely sealed, and this will be grounded or earthed, and so hopefully there'll be no radiation from this that's going to affect anything else. Reason I went with this is space, really, with 4 different things and 4 different power supplies. If I was going to make it a big linear power supply, we'd have a massive transformer in there, and so we're done with that. So this is what we're going to go with as version 1 prototype. See how we go from there. So here's what the panel looks like at this point. I'll admit metalwork is not really my thing. I'm more a wood sort of guy, but I guess that's just because I haven't done much of it. Anyway, it's coming along. I kind of messed up this opening here, so I'm not kind of sure what I'm going to do with that. I may have to come up with a creative solution for there. This one's okay though. The AM transmitter lines up nicely. The radio set lines up nicely here. I got the VU meters in. I'll have an on-off switch here and a transmit select switch here. And then I'll probably put some sort of a logo in the middle here, because the speaker of the radio is around the back here, but since this thing will be permanently disabled because the audio will be routed through the transmitters, I can't put anything here. A bit of a detour. I hadn't really got the right sort of switch for the selecting AM or FM, and I dug this out of the junk box, which is an antenna selector out of a Pi PJ501, I think, that I got. That was totally beyond repair, and so I salvaged parts out of it, and all the parts I salvaged have found a good home, and so I'm going to restore this guy. Okay guys, end of day 1 in terms of panel building. So I just have to fit my selector switch in here when it gets de-rusted and cleaned. I'm gonna have to do something here because there's an air gap at the bottom here and on this side on the left. Got my dimensions wrong here somewhere. This is basically okay, but I think I might lower that bottom surface here maybe a couple of mil, because they're real close to the pots, to the knobs, I mean here. I was going to put a power light when you switch it on, but then since these guys are backlit, when you switch it on, these guys should light up. And so at the moment I don't have any intention of making a power light. So here's the old selector switch. It has been overnight in the evaporust and then about 15 minutes in the ultrasonic cleaner, and it's come up pretty much good as new. One slight setback: one of the lugs was cracked, and I don't know if you can see it, but when I went to desolder the wire that was on there, this tag just came away as well. However, there's enough on here that I can solder to it, so I think we're good. So guys, a little mod needed to the FM transmitter to Problem is the audio feed to the transmitter comes in from the front, and so that's obviously not going to be ideal. And so I needed the audio to come in the back panel. So I just tapped into the jack and ran the audio cable back out, drilled a little hole here at the back, and this will go off to the selector switch. So hopefully that'll all work out fine when the time comes. Alright guys, I think the power supply module is pretty much done at this point. So mains transformer with the two AC outputs, one to drive the AM transmitter and one to drive the little VU meter panel. And so in here I have the two switch mode power supplies, which have been sort of rejigged a little bit, and so out here is the power supply for the radio, which will go right in here, and then out here is the power supply for the FM transmitter, which will be over there. So there we go. This adds, the transformer of course adds considerable weight to everything, and this box is also very heavy, so this little gadget is going to be heavy, that's for sure when we're done. So next, I think then I have all the basic pieces now. So the FM transmitter is modded for the audio out at the rear. Next will be to make the base. So I'll make a wooden base that I can fit the front panel to. Think about the case cabinet itself, and then we'll start putting all the pieces together and see if it works.